Hi, we are Group 76. We will be presenting about mobile payments. Especially, we will talk about two applications called Alipay and Apple Pay, and also how they are enabled by QR codes and NFC respectively. We'll start with a short introduction of QR codes and NFC. Then we will move on to a few user scenarios on Alipay and Apple Pay. Now, among all mobile payments technologies, QR codes and NFC are most popular. QR codes developed from barcodes. They are two-dimensional versions of barcodes. They are generated by a specific algorithm to store information. Such information could be decoded by the same algorithm when QR codes are captured by camera. The most successful QR codes payment application is Alipay. Then, NFC is near-field communication technology. It evolved from RFID, radio frequency identification. Modern smartphones usually come with an NFC chip. It can simulate bank cards so that we can store these cards virtually in smartphones. When making payments, we can simply swipe our phone in the same way as we swipe cards. The most successful NFC payment application is Apple Pay. Now, let's move on to user scenarios of Apple Pay and Alipay.
Now, let's talk about Alipay barcode and QR code payment. The workflow of it contains 4 steps. First, customer shows Alipay payment code to cashier. Next, cashier places an order in ECR terminal and scans the payment code. Then, merchant sends a payment request to Alipay. Last, Alipay sends payment result to customer and merchant. To complete the whole process, we need scanners and a POS system. Now let's look at a user scenario in real life. You can see this customer open Alipay app and choose Pay and show QR code. The cashier used the scanner to input amount and confirm, and scan QR code and payment success.
I will introduce Alipay user scans the merchant. First, the merchant generates the QR code. As the video shows, the user will open the Alipay app. Then, user will use the mobile phone's camera to scan the QR code of merchant. Next, Alipay app will verify the information format. In this video, the app verifies successfully, and the server do resolution and return the results. Then, the user finishes the payment. In another scenario, the Alipay app verifies unsuccessfully. The app will scan the QR code again and do the same process.
Mutual transfer between users is another common feature of Alipay, and it is achieved by scanning the QR code. The specific process is shown in the video. First, the transferor opens Alipay and selects the payment option as scanning QR code. The Alipay will open the camera built-in mobile phone and waits to scan. Then the receiver chooses to generate a QR code as a payment method. Alipay will generate a time-sensitive QR code. The QR code will become invalid when time's out. The transferor uses camera to scan the receiver's QR code to enter the remittance interface. After entering the amount, the remittance can be completed.
I'd like to show you how to pay in store with Apple Pay. That's an example of contactless phone payment. After adding cards in the Apple Wallet, there are 3 steps. Step 1. Looking for either symbol, Apple Pay logo or contactless logo on a POS terminal. Step 2. Rest your finger on Touch ID or double-click the Set button, then glance at the screen. Step 3. Hold top of iPhone near reader screen. And done. Pretty easy, right?
In conclusion, Alipay is enabled by QR codes. There are links between merchants and customers. Depending on who initiated scanning, we have two different payment scenarios, but both can complete the transactions. In addition, Alipay also allows its users to transfer money to each other via Alipay accounts. On the other hand, Apple Pay is enabled by NFC. It allows us to store bank cards virtually in smartphones. Then we can tap or swipe phones to make payments. Thank you for listening.